My blockade will intercept them.
They've destroyed the blockade. Our ships are just gone.
Get Captain.
Plot holes abound in the Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn plotline of the Ahsoka Star Wars television series. Ahsoka positioned itself to address a number of queries when it was initially made available for streaming in August 2023. One of those queries was the Star Wars Rebels cliffhanger between Ezra and Thrawn, in which Purrgil carried them off into the distance. However, in responding to this query, it inadvertently introduced a significant plot hole. Thrawn and the Rebels engaged in a last-minute standoff on Lothal in the Star Wars Rebels series final. Thrawn turned the tables on the Phoenix Squadron, who had thought they had the upper hand at first, by utilizing his ship, the Chimera, to pour fire down on the people of Lothal. In classic Jedi form, Ezra consented to surrender in return for Thrawn turning off the fire. But after being captured on the Chimera, he used the Force to summon a group of Force-sensitive Purrgil space whales, who banished Thrawn's fleet and Ezra to an unidentified location. But Ahsoka has forgotten something that transpired in these last minutes. The Purrgils protrude their tentacles through the ship's viewport when Ezra calls upon them to transport the Chimera to Peridea. The Chimera nevertheless makes it to Peridea in spite of this. Even if we assume that the Chimera had an energy field that temporarily held the air in place, this still makes little sense. Even though the Purrgils travel at extremely high speeds, it is evident from Ahsoka that it still takes days for them to reach the planet, and it is still unsafe to travel in hyperspace without a viewport. To put it mildly, there is virtually little chance that the Chimera will be able to survive traversing hyperspace without a viewport and with several damage points everywhere the Purrgils attached themselves. Thrawn was in danger from Ezra, and he had just robbed him of the opportunity to defend his people. Thrawn could hardly have allowed Ezra to live on the ship for several days and then abandon them upon reaching Peridea. As they were still in hyperspace, Thrawn would have given the order for his stormtroopers to open fire on the unarmed Jedi. Ezra was, after all, standing precariously on the bridge. He would have had to hide on the ship for days while everyone looked for him, even if he had been able to flee the bridge. Even with his great strength as a Jedi, Ezra was greatly outnumbered. Although Ezra's survival brings his rebel friends joy, it also leaves a significant gap in the story. This is just another instance of a Star Wars character using plot armor to get through an impossible situation. Something like this has the power to reduce the stakes and derail a plot. Though narratively speaking, Ezra's survival is a wonderful thing because it allows people to enjoy Eman Esfandi's beautiful performance. He shouldn't have survived to see the story of Ahsoka at all.